morning, America, and welcome viewer. Here with us, Mr. Pradeep Majumdar, who is an agriculture scientist who worked under Government of West Bengal last 10 years after came from abroad. Sir, please something about your election campaigning and your agenda and your vision.
You see, you have talked about my involvement in development of the rural economy. In West Bengal, since 2011, our Honorable Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, unlike any other political administrator, right from day one had been focusing on improving the income of our rural folks in general and those of the farmers in particular. So we have been chasing, instead of aimlessly trying to improve productivity of the conventional crops, we had assessed the demand of the particular varieties amongst the traditional crops and those crops which had demand but were not grown in West Bengal.
Right, sir.
This has brought about a great success in terms of the realization of for the produce that our farmers grow, and also the income thus has gone up. This is the only state which, despite total deprivation of the poor farmers, because in West Bengal, cultivation is done by almost 95% plus marginal farmers and balance about 4% of small farmers. So their financial capacity is very low, and they grow together the highest quantum of paddy, which is about 25 million tons. This is the highest paddy production compared to any other states in it. Sad part is, the government of India, they announced MSP, and that MSP is supposed to provide support to the poor farmers in achieving at least the minimum realization. Despite producing the highest quantum of paddy in West Bengal, Government of India through their agency Food Corporation of India during pandemic procured 770 lakh tons equivalent of paddy in terms of rice they bought, but it required 770 lakh tons of paddy. Out of that, they had purchased 72 lakh tons paddy from UP, 82 lakh tons from Andhra Pradesh, 111 tons of paddy from Telangana, and so on and so forth. But all these states cumulatively produced lesser paddy than what these farmers of the West Bengal state produces. You will be surprised to know that while they bought 43% of the total production from the country, at that rate from West Bengal they should have procured 104 lakh tons or 10.4 million tons of paddy at MSP. They didn't buy even 1 lakh tons despite repeated requests. They bought only 76,000 tons of paddy equivalent to the rice they procure. Now, this is the kind of deprivation that the West Bengal agricultural farmers have suffered in the hands of the central government. They talk about and shed crocodile tears about the PM Kisan Samman Nidhi, where they have totally excluded the sharecroppers, which constitutes about 19.94 lakh farmers. They have excluded number of categories which we don't do in case of Krishak Bandhu, where more than 60 lakh farmers of the 72 lakh registered farmers have already been enrolled, and they are getting the Krishak Bandhu contribution of the state of 5,000 rupees per acre. Now, Government of India made a lot of hullabaloo about 6,000 rupees not having been paid to the farmers of West Bengal. But they had never given us the guidance how to go through their huge list of exclusions outside even the sharecroppers. After long number of follow-ups, we were told that the farmers could apply with a self-declaration saying that they don't form part of the list of exclusion. We had organized camps quickly, got the self-declaration, verified their documents and uploaded more than 1 million names on the portal of PM Kishan Samman Nidhi. It's more than 2 months. Not one farmer has still received any government grant of 6,000 rupees, leave alone 6,000, even the first installment of 2,000. That is the difference between announcement and the actual implementation. And there are umpteen number of cases which I can exemplify with evidence that in PM Fasal Bima Yojana, they were supposed to provide crop insurance and state was to contribute certain part of the premium, farmers had to contribute certain parts of the premium. State government under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister, we decided not to charge any premium from the farmers. That was also contributed by the state government. Resultant effect, the farmers of West Bengal still got free, should have got free insurance. We couldn't upload the data, the applications from the farmers even up to 30%. Disgusted, the state started from 2018 to introduce their own Fasal Bima Yojana and 90% of the farmers are covered. That is the difference. Voters will determine. I am not an astrologer. I cannot say what's going to come out. But there are reasons to believe that people will continue to support the present regime of Trinamool Congress because they have brought about a huge change, development in West Bengal over the last 10 years. And considering the personal understanding of the ethos and the problems of the poorest of the poor of West Bengal by our Chief Minister who leads that party, people should be supportive. Particularly in Durgapur, the investment of the Durgapur steel plant, which happens to be the heart of the Durgapur township, is very genuine and very strong because after having won with landslide majority in this part, this segment of the constituency, parliament constituency in the last 2019 election by the BJP candidate, what they have presented to the Durgapur Steel City residents is only with disinvestment decision of the largest alloy steel plant of Durgapur, and if the so-called the power they get of the state's administration, they will in no time disinvest the heart of Durgapur city, which is the Durgapur steel plant. Reason why I am saying so? Because the alloy steel plant's disinvestment was throttled by 84 days continuous agitation at the gate of ASP, which had foiled their efforts, and this agitation by Trinamool Congress workers was possible because it was duly supported by the state administration headed by Mamata Banerjee. Therefore, I am hopeful that the residents of Durgapur Steel City will not dig their own grave and allow this steel city to die. Instead, support Mamata Banerjee and to resume as the chief minister for the third term, and that could be possible only if at everywhere across her party nominees get victory and have more than majority in numbers in the West Bengal Assembly. NRIs are our assets. Our non-resident Indians who have made their fortunes abroad, they are the real diplomats. They represent India across the world. They should be our prized citizens, and they should be with due respect allowed to visit India whenever they want. They will be happier if they come and stay here. So our though it comes under the jurisdiction of the union government, it's not in the state's hand. But as an Indian,
Right, sir.
as an Indian who takes pride as an Indian, I would have huge respect for the Indians who are non-resident and who are really representing India so effectively across the globe.
In camera, Santanu Mundur, real this report for Shakti Viewers.